Silky and welcome back to my channel. So I really want to thank you guys. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but you know, where I live, we've had some winter storms, we've had some mishaps and some birthday parties and all those things mixed into life. And so I am back and better than ever. So today's video, I want to do it on my eyebrows. So many people always ask me how to get the perfect eyebrows. So I'm like, you know what? My next video definitely needs to be on how I do my eyebrows. So if you want to watch and you want to know how I get these, stay tuned. So I'm going to start off by taking my spoolie and I'm going to brush my eyebrows up. This is so I know what shape my eyebrows are and I can really keep the shape of them. A good tip is I always do my eyebrow that I like best first, and I use that kind of as my guideline for my other brow. My favorite product is my spiked eyebrow pencil. I have this from MAC Cosmetics. It's a crayon. So I'm going to use this to sketch out my eyebrows. I always start at my arch and then I'm going to sketch forward, just basically making a stencil with my eyebrow. So I'm doing very small strokes. I don't do long strokes because when I do smaller strokes, it gives me more control over my my brow. So I'm starting from that arch and then just slowly sketching it down. And now I could see where I have to fill in, which is right here. I'm going to do the same thing, start at my arch again, and I'm going to bring it all the way back. Again, using very small strokes. Then I'm going to put a little bit more pressure with my brow pencil, and then I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to start at the top of my brow right here and do that same motion. Just small sketch. Now that I'm at my arch, I'm going to start flicking my wrist to create a round arch. I'm going to turn and then I'm just going to bring that down to meet the other part where I had my pencil. So this is what I'm left with. So I started from here, I went to the front, I started from my arch here and I went back. I started from the front of my brow to the top of my arch and then I pulled it all the way back. So now I have this little area here that is empty. I'm going to just ever so slightly sketch that in with my eyebrow crayon. I'm not applying a lot of pressure at this point. Just slight soft movement. So anywhere that I had any bald areas, that's why I just lightly sketched it in. So now this is going to be my guideline, this brow, for me doing the other brow. So I just want to make sure it's absolutely perfect. And I'm good to go to move on to my other brow. So now that I'm done filling in both my brows, I'm just going to go back in with that spoolie. I'm just going to brush all that product through, just to make sure that it's evenly inside of my full brow. And this also helps loosen up any product that, you know, could allow your eyebrows to look harsh. When you're picking your eyebrow color out, whether you use a gel, whether you want to use an eyeshadow, whether you want to use an eyebrow crayon like I used, the same technique would work with all of them. You just want to make sure that your brow color is not too dark, because when it's really dark, they make you look mean. And you don't want to look mean, you want to look awake and happy. So you just want to make sure that you try to do 2 to 3 shades lighter than your hair color. And your brows are not twins. I know you guys heard that before, but they're also not stepsisters. So you want them to look as similar as possible. So I always like to do my brow first over here because this brow, my right brow, is my favorite brow, so I really have that one down pat. And then my left brow, I kind of use my right brow as my guide to get them as similar as possible. So now that I'm done with this step, I'm going to go in with my Shape Tape Concealer just to really help clean up and give me that sharp edge. I'm using this Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M224. I love it because it's a very fat shader brush. So I just really pinch the top to make sure that I'm going to get those sharp lines. And I'm going to use this just to carve out my eyebrow. I'm loading this with my product. You know, my favorite Shape Tape Concealer. Not a lot, very little, because I want to have control over the product. So now I'm going to start in the front of my brow and I'm going to work my way ever so slightly back. I start on that angle. When you start on that angle and you move up this way, it's going to give you more of that arch. And I pull that all the way back. I start so forward because I don't like when you could basically see where it kind of starts and stops. So when I do this, I'm going to actually blend it in so there's no harsh lines. So I'm going to turn that brush sideways and I'm just going to completely take all of that product that's left over and just drop it down. I'm going to take my finger and just blend it in. This is going to actually serve as an amazing base for when you do your eyeshadow. But even so, if you're someone that has any pigmentation on your eyelids, using the concealer to help conceal that works awesome. So I'm going to go and do the same thing on the other side. I'm loading my brush ever so slightly, making sure it comes to that pinch. Again, starting forward. And slowly working my way back to my arch. Now I'm starting to do that curve. And then I'm pulling it straight out. When you pull it straight out, it allows you not to have, you know, those McDonald's kind of eyebrows. And I'm turning my brush to the side. And I'm just taking all that leftover product and just dropping it below my brow. Just like that. Now I'm going to take that finger and blend that right in. Now usually I stop here, but when I haven't gotten my brows done in a while, I actually do the top as well. When I'm doing my clients' makeup, I actually don't do the top for the most part, because usually when people are getting their eyebrows done, they usually get their eyebrows waxed or threaded. But if I ever have to, I will. But on myself, I'm only doing this right now because I haven't had my eyebrows, you know, waxed in a while. The last lady really messed me up, so I have a lot of trust issues right now. So I'm just, you know, letting them kind of grow out. So for this, I'm going to turn my brush sideways here because it gives me a lot of control over the brush. I'm going to start a little bit further ahead, just like that. And I'm just slowly working my way back, and I'm making sure it's a straight line. And then when I get to my arch, I'm going to just bend my wrist and swipe it all the way down so it meets the other side of my concealer. And so there's not a harsh line up there. I always do the same thing that I did with my bottom, I'm sorry. And I literally just put all that product and I just work it in with my finger. So there's no harsh lines. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm loading my brush with a little bit more concealer. I turn it to the side. I go straight back. Now that I'm at my arch, I'm just going to slowly flick my wrist down. And then I meet the other side. And all the product that's left over, so I don't have a harsh blunt line. I'm just taking that leftover concealer and working it into my forehead area. Then I take my finger and I just blend everything out. I'm taking that concealer and I'm just blending it out and creating that point. So when I look at my brows, now I can really see I have that actual stencil, so I can see if there's anything left that I missed or need to fill in. So I'm going back in with my spiked eyebrow crayon and I'm just kind of filling in and sharpening any of those lines. And I always take my finger and kind of create a point. I'll do the same thing for the other side. Again, create that point. Perfect. And last but not least, I'm going to use my eyebrow gel. It's a clear gel, but because I use it, you know, and it got some of my eyebrow product on it. But this is literally, I call this stuff, you know, the deal breaker. It seals everything in. I'm just going to brush upward because my brows, sometimes the hairs end up shooting down, so this helps them stay in place. And then I actually take the front and I work the spoolie into the front to kind of fade the front of the eyebrow so that it doesn't look so harsh in the front there. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Do we have a visitor? Is his name Aiden? Aiden, are you visiting mommy?
Yeah.
Come say hi. Hurry up before I change my mind. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have a visitor. It's Mr. Aiden. What do you have all over your mouth, Aiden? Cupcakes?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, say bye to the viewers.
Bye, bye.
Say bye.
Mom.
Yes, Aiden.
I didn't know it'd be me.
Uh-oh. After I'm done with my video, I have to go get Audrina. Tell her I'm coming for her.
Okay.
All right. Bye, AA. All right, so that's pretty much it for my brows. Now I'm going to go do my foundation off camera and I'll be right back. So I hope you guys really love this video. I mean, the eyebrows pretty much make the face, so I felt like this one was a long time coming. Don't forget to leave comments down below. I want to be able to do other makeup videos on anything that you guys want to see from me. And if you guys have any new products, I love trying products out, leave that down below as well. So to do that, don't forget to like and also subscribe. And of course, if you know anyone that's looking for makeup, please have them visit my website, beautybysoniamichelle.com. Follow me on Instagram @_SoniaMichelle. And you know what? Let's be makeup buddies. See you soon. Bye.